TikTok, etc., etc. Time's running out on Football Manager 16. We've still got a Champions League to win. Let's get straight into it. Hello and welcome to part 45 of the Milan mission. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we've got the second leg of the Champions League first knockout round game. You saw the first leg of it yesterday. It's against FC Red Bull Salzburg, and then we've got some league game. We don't care about the league anymore. All we care about at this point is winning the Champions League. I mean, I might change my tune in like 8 minutes' time when we've been knocked out of said Champions League. But on the whole, everything is going good. And look, I've noticed this time, we've got another one of these sneaky unbeaten runs. They kind of spring up out of nowhere and I don't notice them. We've not lost since December and it's March. Don't tell anyone. But last time we did this, we didn't lose until like the following December. So if we keep that running, we're going to win a treble. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the Champions League. We'll even win the poxy Italian Cup that nobody cares about, especially Juventus, because they let us win 4-0 on aggregate. This is the team that we're playing for the second leg of the Champions League first knockout round. It is the strongest team we have available. And yeah, look at what we've got at centre-back. Because both Kurt Zouma and Alessio Romagnoli are suspended. So for the biggest game of the Milan mission so far, we have Emre Can and Bazoa as our centre-backs. That's right, we're playing two midfielders at centre-back because we have no other options. Aside from them, we've got George and Makey either side of them. We've Donnarumma in goal. A midfield of Mauri and Kovacic. We've Dybala up front and Gonzalo Guedes, Lamar and Gabriel Barbosa behind him. So the rest of the team, as strong as we can possibly make it. I am alarmed at the fact that we're having to play those two together at centre-back for such a massive game. But the alternative was Little Gomez. And we all know how much Little Gomez likes to wreck a Champions League run. So we'll go with these two and we'll see what happens. If we were playing against Real Madrid or Barcelona or someone, then I'd be worried. Hopefully, against Salzburg, these two have got the quality to see it through. You know, it's total football at Milan these days anyway. What's the issue with playing no centre-backs? We've got two marauding full-backs, 5 central midfielders and a load of attackers. That's the new Milan way. None of this Italian defending nonsense. We're just going to attack and not even bother playing with defenders anymore because defenders are for losers. There you go, we've said it. We've already had 11 shots after half an hour. We are utterly dominating. It was 2-2 in the first leg for anyone who missed yesterday's episode. So as long as we don't lose today, we should be okay. I can't see Salzburg getting 2 goals, surely. Lamar with the cross to Dybala. It's cleared, but it's back out to Lamar again. Barbosa hits the post. I mean, it would be nice if we could just sort of grab a goal just to go into the lead in it, because there's always the Salzburg might nick an 89th minute goal and then the away goals mean nothing if we haven't scored at all, because they'll beat us. That's how football works. If they score more goals than us over the 2 legs, they win the match. There you go. It's not just the matches themselves. You get to find out about the rules on this channel. So fingers crossed. There you go. We haven't done that for a little while. Fingers crossed. That's not going to happen. Either we grab a goal or at the very least avoid having them grab a goal because, well, I explained why a minute ago. We don't need it because we all know how it works. Right, George is shattered. We've got, I don't want to bring Lazar on. We've got the Chilio as well. Forget all that. We're going to make attacking changes. This is how we've always done things. We're going to bring Benzema on up front. We're also going to bring Luan on. And, yeah, if in doubt, just bring on 2 of the best forwards in the game. Why not? Lamar, what's he going to do? He gets fouled. Getting fouled is fine. Hopefully, this Mike Jensen bloke's going to get himself sent off like he has. If we can then just stick this ball into the top corner from Lamar, this would be the perfect scenario. He went for the middle of the goal. We were looking for top corner, really. That's why it got saved. So they're now down to 10 men, 15 minutes to go. I'm really worried that we're making such hard work of this. We have had 22 shots and 60% possession. They have had 1 shot and it wasn't on target. It is all setting itself up for a mugging that will just ruin the whole series because that'll be it. No more Champions League dream. all because of one last mugging. It's been the series of muggings. It may as well have been called the Milan mugging. Right, Lamar. Corner comes in and it's back to him. Lamar again to Benzema. Mauri. Someone just... Kovacic has got all the time in the world. Forces a save. Benzema! Right, 9 minutes. Please just grab a goal, lads. Come on. I will calm down a little bit if we can just go 1-0 ahead. As it's 26 shots, 61% possession. We're into extra time at the end of the game now. Someone's grabbing a goal, surely, and we just know it's going to be Salzburg, and I've threatened it so many times, but I will vomit this time. Oh, God, this is painful. Bozoa, wrong-footed Donnarumma there, but we've managed to hold on. Bonaventura crosses to Luanu. Was that a save? He hits the post. I don't know what happened. We've still got 2.5 minutes of this. We just need to get a goal or I am going to have a stroke. Right, 30 seconds to go. If they score now, this is the most disgusting of all Football Manager moments. But hopefully it's all just sort of going to peter out. We've got the ball. We need to just keep it now. Oh, that was much harder than it needed to be. That's ridiculous. But, importantly, and it is the only thing that really matters, we're into the next round. The Champions League dream continues. Let's go and play a pointless league game. So it's rotation time again in the league. We're away to Palermo. They're 5th in the league, so, challenging for a Champions League spot. But rotation is a must at this point of the season. All we really care about is the Champions League. So Bozoa and Emre Can just both move forward into midfield, with Zuma and Romagnoli coming back in behind them. Lazar and De Chilio come back in at the fullbacks, giving us an entirely different back four from the one that played against Salzburg. Further forward, Dybala and Lamar stay in the side. Rashford comes in, as does Bonaventura, though, with Lamar shifting out to the side, allowing us to rest Guedes and Gabriel Barbosa. Luan was very close to being in ahead of Dybala, but as Dybala didn't score in the last game, I paid £200 million for him. You need to see him score in this one, because we can't have an episode go by without a Dybala goal, because that's not what we paid £200 million for. I wonder, I want to fiddle with the system, and there you go, there's your Dybala goal. £200 million well spent. We can bring Luan on now, 3 minutes into the game. That was basically all the team talk he needed. He'll go and get 4 or 5 now today, though, because obviously we're leaving him on for at least 20 minutes or so. I'm tempted to make Bonaventura an inside forward. We promised yesterday that it would be the last time you see him, but he didn't score. We got the goals from the other departing players, but we didn't get a final Bonaventura goal, so he's in again today because I want him to score and say goodbye. Bertolacci's said his goodbye now. You lot won't ever see him again, probably, unless there's an incredibly good reason to have him in the side. Bonaventura, though, obviously, if I was doing everything properly, Luan would be in the team today instead of him, because Luan needs the game time. But Bonaventura, he's been a hero. He's been one of the players of the save. He's in contention to be in my Milan 11. That's right, there's a Milan 11 coming at the end of all this. You didn't think we were just stopping with a Champions League win, surely? Dybala's in again. Will he be in the Milan 11? Perhaps now would be a good time for you to let me know in the comments who your Milan dream team would be from the last 5 seasons. While you're at it, spoilers for future content as we try and plug that gap. I think there's going to be like 3 or 4 days between this series finishing and the FM17 beta starting. So, we've got to keep daily content up. Why break the habit of the last year? Dybala's in again, by the way. We'll just have a chat while Dybala pushes on for 30 goals. But remember, he's only been scoring goals since Christmas. It's March now. How different would this season have been if he'd been playing up front the whole time? One of you should have told me, really. What was I saying? Yeah, one of the things we'll do is a look back at the 5 years of this save, the way we've done in the past with the other saves. Another thing we'll do is the Milan team of the save. But also, I'm thinking we're going to do my FM16 dream team. So across all the saves I've done. So going all the way back to the Tottenham beta save. Spoilers, no one from that team's getting in. No one from that team's getting in. But we've got the whole of non-league to legend. We've got the Bolton battle. We've got Up the Posh 2. We've got the Milan mission. The fact that players who played for Bolton never made it into the top division, irrelevant. We're not looking at who are the best players necessarily, because it would just be players from this Milan team, the Man City team I had, and Lazarov and Arendt, maybe. That's not what we're doing here. We're looking at who have been the best the most outstanding players for the team they were in throughout the whole of Football Manager 16. So it could be that Dale Southwell gets a nod for that brilliant season that he had at the start of Boston. Again, spoilers, he's ruled himself out for being a swine and not signing a new contract. We only got 1 year out of him. Ha! He never made it out of the Conference North. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch Non-League to Legend. It's only like 300 episodes. You catch up in no time. People still do it. I get messages from people saying they've caught up because they're crazy. And I love you all, you crazy people who do that. But yeah, what was I saying? Let me know in the comments. Dybala's got his hat-trick now, by the way. I'm still watching while we chat. I don't know if you are. But yeah, that's Dybala's 24th since Christmas. And his hat-trick. This is why we played him. So we probably can take him off now. But we'll give him another 10-15 minutes. Let him get maybe his 4th or 5th. Show myself to be the soothsayer that I always expected that I really was. But yeah, hit me up in the comments. Let me know your best players from the Milan save and best players from FM16 overall. Stuff that's been on the channel. I'm not interested in who your best players were. Other channels do all that. I want to know who my best players were, and I haven't got a clue. You lot are the ones who need to tell me all about it. How many of this Milan team will make it into the overall FM16 team? There's got to be a few of them who are in with a shout, surely. And we've got 2 different versions of Donnarumma. Has there been a better goalkeeper than Man City vintage Donnarumma? He's been certainly better than Milan vintage Donnarumma. So who's been better than the 2 of them? Earth 1 and Earth 2 Donnarummas. Right, we really should take Dybala off now. He's got his hat-trick. He doesn't need to be on the pitch any longer than he already has been. A standing ovation, everybody, for Paulo Dybala. Luan's coming on as well. And we'll take Emre Can off because he's booked. And obviously played in midweek as well. So Mauri can come on for him. And there we go. Remember, by the way, Palermo challenging for a Champions League spot before kick-off. Not challenging particularly tightly because they were 6 points behind. But still, we are this much better than most of Serie A now. It is getting to that point where the challenge comes from the Champions League and we haven't got the time to spend a couple of years winning it. We've got to do it this year because even if I played another season, no one's watching it because FM17 will be out then. So it's now or never. I'm not going to sing it. Some Italian team has just scored against Earth 2. Is this Earth 2 Donnarumma or is the other one Earth 2 Donnarumma? Because I guess this one's closer to real world Donnarumma. But the other one was better. Oh, it gets complicated. Right, let's make our final substitution. I want to take Bonaventura off, but we need to give him the chance to get his goal. So we'll actually take off Bazoa and give Danilo a little run out. For a while there, I thought Danilo and Mauri would be the long-term midfield partnership. Danilo, it's never quite worked for him. Mauri is still one of my favourite Milan players. Danilo, for whatever reason, the reasons being Bazoa, Emre Can, Kovacic, all them lot turning up. For a minute there I thought, in fact, no, Bonaventura is not number 11, is he? He's some silly number. So it was never going to be him anyway. Who did score that? It was an own goal. Luan putting him under pressure. I think that's Luan anyway. Or it could be Rashford. I don't know who that was. We need squad numbers on the front of the shirts. Zuma absolutely ridiculously misses a header. Donnarumma makes a good save. As it stands right now with, 7 games to go? No, 9 games to go. We're now 4 points clear of Inter. So fingers crossed. I'm not doing it again. You've had it once today. You don't get greedy. Fingers crossed. We'll wrap up the league again. And then it's all about the Champions League. I'm going to leave the draw a surprise. We're not going to do it today. You'll have to come back tomorrow to see who we get in the next round. Tomorrow's episode will be the next round of the Champions League, and depending on how the draw works, I know as it gets towards the business end, the games are quite close together, so it might even be that tomorrow's episode will be both legs of that Champions League quarter-final. Depends if it looks like a team that I can string out over 2 days, though. Although there is part of me that's now thinking, I want it to wrap up at episode 50, so what are we now, 45? So we've got 5 more episodes. So I might have to spread it out a little bit because, I've got to make it look professional and planned. If we do 5 seasons and it hits dead on 50 episodes, I look like a right pro, especially if we win the Champions League in episode 50. It looks almost scripted. Hashtag narrative. What am I saying? Edit that out. We can't have that on there. That I'm talking about being professional. That was unprofessional. Get it out. Right, that's it. We're done. There you go. That's the one I was aiming for. Dybala. Look at that. I mean, what ridiculous run. Let's look at his form quickly before you disappear. Look at his form since we made him a striker. Look at all those goals. It's awesome. He scored them in clumps as well. I like it. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.